really saying, if you think of leading companies that have been innovating in interesting and different ways, and that have been gaining leadership on the global scene, how have they done it? What is different about some of these companies? Companies build global leadership based on, first, home country leadership. So you first acquire leadership at home, you first build competencies, skills, and capabilities. And then essentially, as other markets develop, you are able to leverage and expand those capabilities and competencies in these various markets. Thinking about where am I going to acquire and find pockets of competencies and capabilities around the world? How am I going to go into sensing them, being able to understand and appropriate these pockets of capabilities and knowledge? How am I going to basically be able to meld them? What kind of magnets am I going to build in order to bring them together, and how can I leverage them globally? We can learn from everywhere around the world, and we'll bring our competencies and capabilities together. If a company or if a country wants to become the one and wants to gain leadership, there is a huge advantage to saying, how do we bring knowledge from various places around the world, and rather than just rely on our home base, and how do we merge, how do we meld? The first part of my argument, the basic point there is there are pockets of technologies around the world which are underexploited, which may have been scattered, which may have been locally imprisoned, which are embedded in their local context, which are somewhat tacit, and therefore are going to require an effort to be captured, are going to be difficult to integrate, but can be integrated. And if you succeed, or if a company succeeds, or if a country succeeds in integrating those capabilities and those pieces of knowledge, there can be tremendous advantage. In order to do this, we need to go around the world and prospect and sense that knowledge. We are competing for innovation, so we need to essentially exploit the melding of that knowledge, the combination of that knowledge, be able to anticipate new hotspots, not just follow. One of the challenges, in a sense, again, whether it's for a country or for a company, when one moves from being a follower to aspiring to become a leader, is where to look for new knowledge ceases to be obvious. You have to anticipate where you might be able to learn from. Sensing is more than gathering business intelligence or technology scanning. It has to be learned in context. The more complex the knowledge, the more you have to be there, and the more you have to co-practice, the more you have to be involved, the more you have to be, in a way, almost in the local minds of the people who hold the knowledge. Not just to follow the bandwagon, and not just to go where everyone else is going. And therefore, you need to leapfrog competitors. And again, in the context of this transition here in Korea, from having been a follower to becoming a leader in terms of economy, it's really to say, how do we complement what we know how to do so well, which is operations, with this capability for sensing, with this capability for learning from the world in order to innovate for the world. And how do we put in place these magnets, which apply both at the national level, but also apply very much at the corporate level. Thank you very much.